Hi, on the workbench today, I've got a multimeter sent in from KAIWEETS. I think the last time I reviewed something from KAIWEETS must be more than a year ago. Anyway, this is actually a very inexpensive multimeter. I think it's under $15. I will leave a link in the video description below for those who are interested in getting one after watching this video. Now, this meter only has 4,000 counts. Compared to most of the meters I have reviewed on the channel, the resolution is definitely on the lower side, and it doesn't even have a current measurement range. So why would you want a meter like this? Well, I can tell you, this is actually a perfect meter for you to lug around. The size is tiny. Let me actually put my Bryman meter on the side, which is a regular size multimeter. You can see that this meter compared to the Bryman is a lot smaller. Also, instead of using a dial, you can see here we have these buttons. Now, I think the buttons are going to be more reliable in the long term, especially in harsh environments. And for most of the casual measurements, you can probably get away without needing to measure current. So the form factor and the simplicity of this meter definitely makes it suitable for carrying around for occasional use in the field. And the meter is actually in this plastic protective case, which means the meter can definitely take some abuse. Anyway, let me put in the leads, power it on, and take a quick look. Here are the supplied leads. You can see that there's really nothing fancy about them. The wiring is actually pretty stiff. Now, this is somewhat to be expected given the cheap price of the meter. So here, let me just put them in. Let me actually remove the protective film first. And let's power it on. I just propped up the meter a little bit so you can see the screen better. Unfortunately, the meter does not come with a kickstand, so you can't stand it up. Anyway, by default, it boots into this auto mode, and it will automatically switch to the correct measurement mode depending on what is being measured. Now, personally, I don't like this auto mode. It usually is slower because it has to determine the mode first before doing measurement. And also it would get confused measuring voltages below a certain threshold. Let me actually demonstrate that. For example, right now I'm outputting 0.2 volts from my voltage standard. And let's take a look at the voltage here. So here's my Bryman. You can see that it is 0.2 volts. So let's take a look with this KAIWEETS. And you can see that the measurement is actually in mega ohms, so it's definitely not voltage. Of course, if I increase the voltage, it should register after some threshold. So let's see that. So you can see that when the input voltage changed to 0.7 volts, we're actually able to measure DC voltage. According to the spec, the DC voltage should be greater than 0.8 volts for the meter to detect as voltage measurement. And as we have demonstrated, if you go significantly lower than that, it will think you are trying to measure something else. Anyway, there's actually nothing wrong with that. This is just how auto detection works. And by the way, this actually applies to much more expensive multimeters as well. So my preference is actually always set a mode myself. So let's actually change the mode here. So you can see to change the mode, all you need to do is just press the mode button here. So now we're in DC measurement, AC, so on and so forth. So let's actually go back to DC. The DC accuracy is specified as 1% plus 5 counts. So there's nothing spectacular about that. Let's actually use the voltage standard to verify that. Now you can see here, the minimum resolution is 1 millivolt. So let's actually take a look if we can register that 1 millivolt. So let me increase the output voltage, 1 millivolt at a time. 1. Yep, 2. It takes some time to register, but it does actually register the output from the voltage standard. 3. 4. Excellent. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, and 10 millivolts. Very good. Now let's do 100 millivolts at a time. 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 volt. No problem. How about one at a time? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, this is a 4,000 counts meter. There's obviously some buffer built in, but when I increase it to 5 volts, I would expect it lose 1 digit here. 5. Yep. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No issues. Now let's take a look at the AC voltage measurement. For that, I'm measuring the output from a Variac, and I'm using my Bryman BM788BT as a reference. So let's take a look. And you can see that the update rate on the KAIWEETS is sufficient. On the spec, it says the update rate is 3 times per second, and it looks about right. Let's keep increasing. No issues. And you can see that as far as accuracy goes, it's pretty much in line with what is reported by the Bryman. Next, let's take a look at the resistance mode. Now, because this is not a precision meter, I'm not going to do too many tests. I'm just going to test a few resistors. Let's actually short the leads to see what the residuals we're getting. And you can see that it's actually not very precise, but we do get 0 ohm. That's actually good because we don't have a way to route out the readings here. For the first test, let's take a look at this 100 ohm, 0.1% tolerance resistor here. So now let's take a look here. And we're reading 98 ohms, which is about 2% out. The next resistor we're going to measure is this 1% tolerance 1.25K resistor. And you can see that no problem. Actually, the resistance measurement mode is quite fast, you can see here. That's surprisingly fast for a meter like this. And here I have a 1 megohm resistor. Yeah, no issues. So that's the resistance measurement mode. Let's see what else we have here. And this one is for continuity. Let's give it a try. Well, that's not a good start. So the delay is, wow, quite significant. That's at least a 1/4 second delay here. Yeah, the continuity mode is unfortunately quite laggy. Also, we don't have diode measurement mode on this meter either. And let's see what else. And here we have a electric field or live wire detection mode. So let's take a look with a cable here. Here I have a cable. Yep, you can see that it's actually working pretty well. The sensitivity could be higher. Actually, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. And I think as far as functionalities go, that's pretty much it. Yep, you can see now we're back to auto. And what else? The hold button, of course, you can press to hold the current display. You can see here, there's an H. And if you long press this button, the backlight will come on. And by the way, the display contrast is actually very high. You can see that it's very easy to read, especially with the backlight on. That is excellent. Now, with the backlight, there are certain angles I think the display fades a little bit, but that shouldn't be a problem. If I turn off the backlight, you can see that the viewing angle is excellent on this meter. And one last thing is this meter also has a built-in flashlight at the back here, and you can activate that by long pressing the mode button. And you can see here is essentially just a white LED here. But it should do the trick if you're in total darkness. Now let's open it up and take a quick look. I'm not expecting to see too much, to be very honest. The meter is powered by 2 AAA batteries, as you can see here, nothing special. And here, let's take a look at the board here. Although somewhat expected, but you can see we actually don't have any input protection here. We don't have input MOVs, we don't have the PTC, we don't have anything on input to protect against transients. The only thing I suppose you have is this resistor string that helps distribute the voltage across these resistors, and that's about it. And of course you have this Q4, Q5 forms an input clamp against excessive voltages. So the protection on this meter is quite minimal, unfortunately. So this is definitely not an electrician's meter. I think even for Cat 2 measurements, without any input protection, it might not even be adequate. But to be very honest, I wasn't expecting too much from this cheap multimeter to begin with. Like I said, this meter is probably designed for you to carry it around for casual use, and for that purpose, I think it will probably work just fine. So that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this in the future. Remember, your participation makes videos like this possible. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.